Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking a fascinating text called The Trinity of Inner Radiance. Now, this isn't just some abstract philosophical theory. It's literally a roadmap for your own internal evolution. We're going to explore the exact architecture of consciousness laid out here, but we're putting a massive magnifying glass on one specific, completely transformative phase, awakening. But before we get into the mechanics of all that, I want you to ask yourself something. Who are you really? It's a heavy question, right? When you strip away your job title, your daily habits, your relationships, your social media, what exactly is left? That single question is the engine driving the entire journey of awakening we're decoding today. The source text actually opens with this beautifully simple, open-ended mystery. What is? And then it just leaves a blank. Notice that? That empty space is totally intentional. It represents the ultimate unknown of our potential. It's an invitation to empty our cups, to create a space of real contemplative silence before we start mapping out the actual steps of an awakening. And here is the map itself. The text lays out this highly specific three-step process. Step 1, individuation. Step 2, awakening. And step 3, enlightenment. But like I said, today we are stripping away the edges to focus exclusively on that central pivot. Step 2, awakening. It's the core mechanism. It's the absolute bridge that makes the rest of this journey even possible. Now, to understand that bridge, we obviously have to acknowledge the starting line. The text defines individuation super emphatically, knowing yourself, complete with the double exclamation points. This is the foundational work, figuring out your earthly identity. It's the known world of your journey. It's totally vital, for sure, but as we're about to see, it's really just the prologue to the actual awakening. Because once you've built up that solid identity, you're asked to do something incredibly radical. You literally have to cross the threshold from simply knowing yourself on the one hand to stepping entirely beyond that self on the other. You spend years doing all this hard work to build an identity and then boom, awakening demands that you step entirely outside of it. It is a massive leap.
So here is the absolute crucial point, our main focus today. Awakening is recognizing you are beyond this self. Awakening isn't just about becoming a slightly sharper, better version of your everyday personality. No way. It's the mind-expanding realization that you are fundamentally so much more than the individual ego you've gotten used to. You are the vastness observing that self. It is a total paradigm shift.
Let's actually break that definition down a bit more, starting with that very first word, recognizing. I absolutely love that the text uses this active, ongoing tense. It doesn't say awakening is having recognized something in the past. It's recognizing. That tells us awakening is a continuous, active engagement. You don't just accept it on a Tuesday and move on. It's a daily practice of waking up to it over and over again. And what exactly are you actively recognizing? You are beyond this self. Think about that for a second. What does being beyond truly mean for you? It means your perceived limits are basically illusions. Your anxieties, your personal history, those everyday fears, they do not encompass the totality of who you are. You are the awareness that exists completely beyond those earthly boundaries. Now, as you step into this awakening, you might be thinking, wait, do I just float away? Do I completely abandon my earthly identity? Well, the text answers this crystal clear. True awakening requires integrating both aspects, your individuation and your awakening. The awakening phase doesn't just erase who you are. Instead, you hold the infinite and the individual at the exact same time. The result of that deep integration is what the text ultimately calls enlightenment. But if you think about it, this is really just your awakening brought to life in the real world. You've journeyed into the unknown beyond, you've awakened to your true nature, and now you pour that vast awareness straight back into your everyday identity. It's like returning with the ultimate prize in your own hero's journey. And what exactly happens when your awakening goes to work out there in the real world? The source text gives us this beautiful equation. Enlightenment equals being the light of the world. A successful awakening doesn't mean you just withdraw to a mountaintop. It creates this explosive, radiant contribution to everything around you. By going beyond yourself, you literally become a source of illumination. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale we're talking about here. The text declares, "We are all lights of this world." When you commit to this active process of awakening, you're not doing it in a vacuum. It takes this deeply personal, inward journey and connects it right back to humanity as a whole. You're taking your place in this massive constellation of awakened people. The actual mechanism for this light is defined super specifically in the text as the divine spark within you. This spark is essentially the hidden engine of the entire awakening process we've been talking about. When you finally step beyond the ego and the personal identity, what you uncover in that vast space is this exact spark. It was always there, just waiting for you to look past your known self to find it. Which brings us to the real climactic directive of the entire source text. Let the divine spark within you shine out through you. It's such a powerful conclusion. It emphasizes that true, deep self-discovery naturally leads to outward radiance. Your awakening was never supposed to be some secret realization locked away in your mind. It's meant to shine out and create real, tangible transformation in your daily life. So we've mapped out the known self, we've stared straight into the beyond, and we've seen how this active process of awakening sparks a real light in the world. But, understanding the philosophy isn't the same as actually taking the journey. Based on everything we've unpacked today about awakening, there's really only one thing left to ask. Are you ready to step beyond the self?